New today called Firsthand and Secondhand Accounts. I apologize in advance if there's music in the background. We have like a little neighborhood party going on outside my window, so maybe you can hear some tunes. Okay, turn and talk, maybe to someone near you, maybe to the wall, maybe have an inner monologue. What do you remember about first-person point of view and third-person point of view from our last fiction unit? Pause the video and think. So hopefully you remembered that first person uses clue words like I, me, my, and we, and that's when the narrator is usually the main character and is telling the story from their own perspective. Third person uses clue words like she, he, they, and them, and the narrator is not part of the story. They tell the story from outside. We have some examples here from Brain Pop if you would like to review those. This applies again to fiction texts. But what about nonfiction? When we move to nonfiction, we still talk about different points of view, but we call it a firsthand or a secondhand account. Learning target today, I can name the point of view of a nonfiction text, firsthand or secondhand, and write about how the point of view affects how information is presented. To be successful, students will read two nonfiction texts about the same event and analyze how the point of view impacts the text. So this should look familiar. In a first-hand account of an event or a topic, this is based on an author's personal experience. They use clue words like I, me, my, and we. Some examples include diaries, autobiographies, and letters. A second-hand account of an event or topic is based on an author's research rather than personal experience. So for secondhand, this person was not there. Clue words include she, he, they, and them. Examples include encyclopedias, biographies, and textbooks. So we're going to look at two passages about the same topic, the Oregon Trail. One of them is a first-hand account and one of them is a second-hand account. We'll read each so that we can compare and contrast. Go ahead and pause the screen and read the first paragraph, the Oregon Trail, to yourself, and then read From Across the Plains in 1844, thinking about which one might be a first-hand account and which one might be a second-hand account. From Across the Plains in 1844 is our first-hand account. I know this because they include clue words such as we, I, and me. And the author is a young girl telling about an actual experience she had on the Oregon Trail. She uses the pronouns we, I, and me to describe the experience. The Oregon Trail was a second-hand account. I know this because the author did not actually travel on the Oregon Trail. Instead, the author uses research to tell about how the Oregon Trail was. And the author uses a pronoun they. So these accounts are similar because they both talk about the Oregon Trail and both tell about the danger and hardship that people experienced on the Oregon Trail. They're different though because the second-hand account focuses on broad general information and tells the reader that the route was dangerous, while the first-hand account focuses on a single specific experience that happened on the Oregon Trail, and it shows the readers that the route was dangerous by giving details about a particular person's journey on the trail. It's important to read both though, because from the second-hand account, the reader gets more background information about the Oregon Trail, and from the first-hand account, the reader gets a better understanding of why the Oregon Trail was so dangerous. So let's apply your knowledge. You will read two passages about the life of Helen Keller. One of them is a first-hand account, and one of them is a second-hand account. Read each passage and then answer these four questions below. Which passage is a first-hand account and how do you know? Which one is a second-hand account and how do you know? Which one, the first or the second-hand account, tells the readers more about Helen Keller's emotions in the garden? And question 4, how do you think a reader might benefit from reading both accounts? These are your two passages. Of course, you can pause the video and read them here, or you can look at them uploaded on your Google Classroom from your reading teacher. Just like earlier in the week, we have a challenge and extension assignment. If you would like to continue practicing first-hand versus second-hand accounts, Here are two passages about immigrating to the United States in the 1800s. One of them is a first-hand account and one of them is a second-hand account. You will read each passage and then answer these 4 questions below. Again, this is an extension or challenge. This is optional if you feel like you would like to continue practicing first-hand versus second-hand accounts. And here are those 2 articles. These are also attached in your Google Classroom if you choose to continue practicing first-hand versus second-hand accounts. Good job listening today, I hope, and good luck with applying your knowledge on first-hand and second-hand accounts today. We'll review the answers tomorrow.